In this video, you will learn about the communication workflow for volunteer and youth applicants, where to view and track all program inquiries, and finally, how program administrators can reply to applicants. Let's get started. You might be wondering, when volunteers and youth apply to a program, what happens next? What kind of confirmation do they get? What is the communication workflow? Let's talk about the volunteer mentors to start with. When a volunteer mentor applies to a program, they will receive an email confirmation from communications@mentoringcanada.ca, advising them that they should receive a follow-up email from the program administrator directly. The email also invites them to complete the online mentor orientation in the meantime, as well as inviting them to sign up for the Mentor Canada newsletter to keep up to date with the mentoring movement. What about youth applying to a program? Similar to the volunteer mentor confirmation email, they will receive an email confirmation from communications@mentoringcanada.ca, advising them that they should receive a follow-up email from the program administrator shortly. I just want to point out that the sender's name for any email confirmation will be displayed as Mentor Connector, which is linked to the communications@mentoringcanada.ca email address. When it comes to program administrators, they will receive the following email notification that contains the name of the applicant, the program they apply to, and if they apply to be a mentor or a mentee. The notification is sent to the program administrator email address listed on your program on Mentor Connector. Next, let's learn to view and track inquiries from Mentor Connector. Every time a volunteer mentor or youth applies to one of your programs, not only does Mentor Connector send a notification to program administrators, but all inquiries are tracked on Mentor Connector under the Inquiries tab. To view program inquiries, after you've logged into Mentor Connector, click on the Inquiries tab. You can view all inquiries from here, and you can also filter them using the filter feature on the right-hand side of the screen. You can filter by date, for example. You can filter by program if your organization offers multiple programs, etc. It is important to note that you cannot manage email replies or view email communications from the Inquiries tab on Mentor Connector. The Inquiries tab is simply meant to keep track of the program inquiries and their status. From here, you also have the ability to export the inquiries list in a CVS file by clicking the Export button right here. The Dashboard tab also gives you an overview of your inquiries data displayed in a table and graphs. Next, let's learn how to manage and reply to those inquiries emails efficiently. There are two ways the program administrator can contact the applicant. The first and most efficient way to contact an applicant is by simply clicking Reply. When clicking on Reply, you will notice that instead of showing the sender's email address in the To field, a string of letters and numbers appear. It is totally normal and serves as a middleman that connects the email responses to the inquiry list on Mentor Connector. It will update the inquiry status from uncontacted to contacted once you have responded to the inquiry. Once the applicant responds to your email, you will receive their personal email address. As we discussed previously in this video, you cannot manage email replies or view email communications from the Inquiries tab on Mentor Connector. Again, the Inquiries tab is to keep track of the program inquiries and their status. Now, let's talk about another option to reply to applicants. The second option is to click on Send an email to this contact from the body of the email. When you click Send an email, it will either open an email reply from your desktop email app, or if you do not have a programmed desktop email app, you will be prompted to add one before you can reply. If you need assistance to complete this task, contact your local technical support. In just a few minutes, we've learned about the communication workflow for volunteer and youth applicants, how to view the inquiry tracker on Mentor Connector, and how program administrators can manage email replies efficiently. You should now feel equipped to handle applicants' requests. Thank you for listening and happy mentoring!